Forget what you learned in biology class. Plants aren't the peaceful background to our lives. They are sophisticated, ruthless predators. Some hunt, some lie, and others use chemical warfare to turn unsuspecting creatures into literal fertilizer. Today, we're exposing 10 botanical nightmares that defy everything you thought you knew about nature. You're watching the dark side of botany, and after these 9 minutes, you will never look at a flower the same way again. The corpse titan. We start with a monster that doesn't just bloom. It screams death. The Titan Arum, or the corpse flower, isn't trying to attract humans with beauty. It's broadcasting a message to carrion-eating beetles. There is a dead body here. By heating its own spike to human body temperature, it releases a stench so foul, it simulates the smell of a decomposing corpse for half a mile. It's not just a flower. It's a calculated chemical broadcast intended to turn insects into unwitting couriers of its survival. It's the ultimate biological scam, turning the cycle of death into its own private invitation to reproduce. The Botanical Vampire. If you thought the corpse flower was bad, meet the ultimate parasite. The Rafflesia arnoldii doesn't bother with stems, leaves, or even roots. It lives its entire life hidden deep inside a host vine, stealing nutrients like a biological vampire. And when it finally reveals itself, it produces the largest single flower on Earth, a gargantuan, mottled, flesh-colored bloom that smells like rotting meat. It's the ultimate thief of the jungle, thriving only by consuming everything else around it. It is a flower that has traded its independence for pure, predatory efficiency. The underground alien. Down in the harsh, dry soils of Africa, something truly alien is waiting. The Hydnora Africana spends most of its life completely underground. It has no chlorophyll, no leaves, and no photosynthesis. It's a subterranean predator that only reveals its grotesque, fleshy, jaw-like bloom to trap its prey. It lures dung beetles into its fleshy chamber, trapping them just long enough to cover them in pollen before letting them go. It's an underground prison that forces insects to do its dirty work, hidden in the dark, suffocating Earth. The phantom's deception. Nature is a master of psychological warfare. The monkey face orchid doesn't rely on smell alone. It relies on your eyes. When you look at it, you don't see a flower, you see a creature. This orchid has evolved to perfectly mimic the face of a monkey. It's a high-level visual trick used to distract and lure pollinators, confusing them with a face that looks back at them. It's a phantom hiding in plain sight, using deception as its primary defense against being ignored in the dense, crowded canopy of the rainforest. The Red-Lipped Billboard. Some plants treat their petals like a billboard, and this one is the most scandalous of them all. Psychotria elata, or hooker's lips, has evolved to grow into the exact, unmistakable shape of a pair of bright red, puckered lips. It's an aggressive visual advertisement in a crowded jungle. By turning itself into a beacon of color and shape, it lures hummingbirds and butterflies into its trap, banking on the fact that they can't resist the visual promise of a sweet nectar reward. It's nature's most effective, and certainly most bizarre, marketing campaign. The perfect sexual delusion. This is the most manipulative plant on Earth. The bee orchid doesn't just look like a bee. It smells like a female bee, and feels like one too. It's a chemical masterclass in sexual mimicry. When a male bee lands, tricked by the pheromones and the shape, he attempts to mate with the flower. In the process, he gets coated in pollen. The flower gets what it needs, and the bee gets absolutely nothing. It's the ultimate biological scam, turning the primal instinct of the insect into a tool for its own reproductive success. The coordinated disguise. The starfish flower, or Stapelia, is a master of visual mimicry. It grows into a bizarre, hairy, starfish-like shape that looks and smells like rotting meat. It's so convincing that flies regularly land on it to lay their eggs, believing they've found the perfect home for their offspring. The plant tricks the flies into pollinating it, while the fly's larvae find nothing but an empty, fruitless grave. It's a beautiful, hairy, trap-filled deception that preys on the maternal instincts of the most common insects in the forest, the Brief Imprisonment. The pelican flower is a master of the phase switch. It lures pollinators into its oversized tubular chamber using its smell. But once they enter, there's no immediate exit. The plant holds them hostage, waiting for them to clean themselves of pollen while they struggle against the walls of the chamber. Only after the plant is satisfied does it release the prisoner, allowing it to fly off and spread the seeds elsewhere. It's a timed, biological hostage situation that turns a simple visit into a desperate struggle for survival. The plant toilet. Evolution can be gross. The giant pitcher plant has given up on traditional pollination altogether. Instead, it's evolved to become a living, predatory toilet. It provides nectar to local shrews to encourage them to sit on the rim. While the shrews feed, they defecate directly into the plant's pitcher. The plant absorbs the nitrogen-rich waste using animal feces as its primary source of fuel. It's the only plant on Earth that thrives by being a living bathroom, turning the waste of the animal kingdom into its own lifeblood. The mathematical executioner. Finally, the executioner. The Venus Flytrap is the world's most intelligent predator. It doesn't just react, it calculates. It possesses a mathematical trigger system. If a raindrop hits a trigger hair, it ignores it. But touch 2 hairs within 20 seconds, snap. The plant registers prey, and the trap closes instantly. It doesn't just catch lunch, it calculates the effort needed to get it. It's a plant that knows when to wait and when to strike, turning biology into cold, hard logic. Nature is clearly playing games with us, and these 10 species are just the beginning of the nightmares waiting in the wild. Evolution is cold, it's calculated, and it has no mercy. Which of these botanical nightmares would you absolutely not want to find in your own garden? Let me know in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious which one you found the most terrifying. If you want to keep exploring the dark, hidden corners of our planet, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and stay curious, even if nature is trying to catch you.